I'll tell you, it's surreal to me. As you know, being an autism parent, when your child is first diagnosed, you're in a completely different world. I should say forever, you're in a completely different world. But for me, 5 years ago was my first walk for autism, and that was my first introduction to, I get chills talking about it, but the warmth, the love, the embrace from the autism community, and that walk, it brought me alive again and brought me awareness. And I know you and I could both probably cry together on this. But then here we were 5 years later in April, okay? And there were 60,000 people at the walk. We were asked to be the Grand Club sponsor. So there I was on stage with in front of 60,000 people doing the warm-up with all of my owners and the kids and my son and my daughter. And it was a dream come true. Yeah. It was amazing.
And amazing to think that 6 years ago, that was not your plan at all.
No.
But things in your life changed. And we were talking about this during the break that, you know, all parents of kids who are on the spectrum have to find a way to make it work for them to have their therapy and make it work for them to make a living. And so you, being the visionary that you are, you had this great idea. And so that idea became We Rock the Spectrum. Tell our viewers, if this is the first time they're seeing you, what We Rock the Spectrum is.
Well, We Rock the Spectrum. Well, my husband's a musician, so that's where we get the rock and roll part about it. But I would say we do rock the spectrum. When my son was 2, when he was diagnosed, he was so severe sensory-wise. As you know, with ABA, with sensory, with occupational therapy, it all plays a piece in fitting the pieces, the puzzle pieces together to make our children complete and more independent. Well, for us, my son did not sleep. So what we did was, per our occupational therapist, instructions and directions, she said, look, if you want a life, you're going to have to bring in some of this equipment that you use in clinic and bring it into your home.
Yeah.
We moved all of our equipment, or all of our furniture out of our bedroom, and we built an OT gym.
Yeah.
So we brought everything we had in the clinic in there. And guess what happened? My son slept better.
Yeah.
My son ate. I had a child who did not sleep through the night until he was 4.
Wow.
I mean, talk about torture.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, my daughter, who's neurotypical, came in. She was playing. Then it was Dina Kimmel, and all the play dates were at my house in my bedroom.
Right.
And then finally, after a year, I said to my husband, I go, we got to get out of the house.
Yeah.
Because I was kicked out of the bath like you. I've heard you tell your story. What's wrong with your son? You can't be here. And there I was carrying him out, kicking and screaming in a football hold. So I had no choice out of desperation for my own family. And when I say not family, not just Gabriel, but for my daughter, Sophia, so she could participate in play dates. Then all of a sudden, my son started talking with my daughter's friends. And he was socializing. And I said to my husband, I go, listen, I had a successful career for 20 years in clothing. I go, I can't do this anymore. I need to create a business. And even if it just pays for our own therapy, which is $150 an hour, as you know, for OT.
Yes.
Well, what child, as you know, when you were talking about earlier in your segment, what holds us back? Well, it is money. Money is a big thing to do with it for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I, like yourself, wanted to create a way to pay it forward so that the world could benefit like my son and my daughter did. So what did? We opened up our first We Rock the Spectrum in Tarzana 4 years ago this month.
Incredible. And so it's a gym, but it's ever so much more than that.
Yes.
You do so many things there, but it is a place where kids can go and get what? Tell the viewers.
It's all occupational therapy equipment, that's inside the We Rocks, which is amazing in itself. But we had a zip line, we had a trampoline, we had arts and crafts. A lot of, for example, even the therapists here from CARD, they come in and they do their ABA therapy in We Rock the Spectrum because it gets more language out of them, more eye contact. Being on the sensory-based equipment is great for all kids.
Yes.
And also, of course, what are we doing? We're building communities for the parents. We're creating homes.
Yeah.
And little did I know, all of a sudden I'm servicing over 700 families.
Amazing.
And I maxed out.
And people need to realize that, when our kids are whole people. And a lot of times, one of the things that we experienced for a brief period of time was that we doubled down really hard on the ABA, and that was important, but we didn't have a We Rock the Spectrum. And if we had, I would have had him in there on a regular basis, because it's a place where you're using all the things that you're learning in ABA, and that your kid gets to be a kid and get their yayas out. Our kids have to get their yayas out. They have to work on the sensory things. We don't want them. I saw my child went from being completely where he was supposed to be physically at 3 to then at 4 he caught up a lot verbally, and he caught up a lot on his academic skills, but he was behind physically because we didn't take care of that component. So you have been able to put that all together and meld it together beautifully and make it a place where kids are socializing.
Exactly.
They're getting the OT skills. They can be working on ABA things there as well. And it's a very colorful, interactive, reinforcing place that kids want to go to.
It's fun.
It is fun. So you started with just one, but now it has grown exponentially, and you actually offer a franchise.
We do.
You said to me that there are twice as many. You were here with us in April.
Oh my gosh, yes. I was here with you in April, and I'll tell you, and this really says the need for what's going on out there. We've doubled our locations. We're at 20 the end of this month. Wow. I mean, it is unbelievable. But not only are we at 20, we're worldwide.
That's amazing.
We have 3 in Florida. Yeah. We now have North Carolina.
Wonderful.
Berkeley is opening up next week. I mean, it's just, Palo Alto, we just brought in Palo Alto, Burlingame, Los Gatos area. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal. We're now in the Ventura County. We Rock is opening up in Simi Valley, which I'm sure you and I both know does not have a lot of resources out there. And that's really what this is. We tell people we're not here to replace therapy. Right. We're what to do in between.
Oh my gosh. You're supporting and helping it blossom and grow to that much more.
Exactly.
So if somebody is watching this and they want to bring their kid to a We Rock the Spectrum to check it out, where do they go to find out what the locations are?
So they can go to WRTSfranchise.com or WeRockTheSpectrum.com, and we have a locations page there.
Okay, and if you're somebody who is looking for a way, if you've been saying, my previous job didn't work, I need a job where I can be with my child, that's helping my child, and that's helping to keep food on the table, maybe this is the franchise for me. So that's the site that they want to go to, the franchise one.
Go to WRTSfranchise.com, and there's video footage, there's testimonies. What's great about We Rock the Spectrum, we're a family, all the owners. And I personally, so you know, we've had over 210 meetings. Wow. Can you imagine in 8 months? And I get to choose who we bring on because we are a family. We have to have a synergy. And I don't care if you're in the East Coast or you're here in California, we need to all be on the same page, either an autism parent or in the field. Okay. That's who my owners are.
And people, if they want a franchise, they're going to get an opportunity to work with you. You're very hands-on for this.
Maybe too much, my husband would say.
Wonderful. Okay, so we want to talk some more with Dina about one of the new additions that you've done at the gym that I find really fun. But in the meantime, check out what she has on those 2 websites. But we're going to take a break, and we're going to be back with more of Dina Kimmel, We Rock the Spectrum, after these messages.
You just have to go for it. You just have to do it. You have to believe in what you're doing, and that's the most important thing. My name's Dina Kimmel, and I'm owner and founder of We Rock the Spectrum Kids Gym for All Kids. I love you guys. Almost 6 years ago now, my son Gabriel was born, and we knew there was something wrong. So going by my gut feeling, I went and got him eval'd, and sure enough, he was diagnosed moderate to severe with autism. Oh, yeah. Something happens and the lioness kicks in. How can I make this work? How can I now change my family unit to work? This was it. We Rock was it. And I feel the work that I'm doing now with these kids, this is their foundation. As a mom, it was a dream come true because we were able to leave our home and go into, a public place and have other kids come in and have him play and be with other kids. My motto is we're finally a place where you never have to say I'm sorry. I get chills talking about it, but every week I cry with parents and help them and tell them you're not alone. I'm here for you. I say it's about all of us. Yes. It's about all of us. It's all a gut feeling. I knew We Rock was gonna work. I knew it. I wanted We Rock to be here for us, but also for other kids. You know, we're about the children, and we're about families, and I love it. This kind of equipment is letting all the children come together as one, typical and with autism, cerebral palsy, with Downs. We have something for every child in here. We built a community here. I didn't intend to open up more We Rock the Spectrum, so that was not my intention. I just wanted to pay my bills. 3 weeks after I opened, the gym took off. Now we have 7. We have 7 in total. It's unbelievable. CorpNet I'd known about for years, and I called them up and they were so nice. They made it so easy. When someone says, why use CorpNet? They're easy, they're affordable, and they're a great support system, and you're going to need that when you open up a business. This is what I'm about. I'm about making the business work. I don't know about all that stuff. I leave it to the people who know what they're doing, like they do. They're great. They prepare you and let you know what you're going to need. And you know what, Dina, as you grow, make sure your other businesses have LLCs also. And I've had many of my other franchisees look and get quotes from other places, and they're it. They're professional, they're affordable, and I will continue to use them forever.
Welcome back to Autism Live. We're here with Dina Kimmel from We Rock the Spectrum, a really amazing organization, a wonderful place to take your kids. You're a gym, you're a sensory gym, but you're ever so much than that. You're a community hub for people in the autism community. But I understand that you have a new charity that you have started that we want to talk about.
Yes, we do. It's called My Brother Rocks the Spectrum Foundation.
Okay.
It's amazing. My new baby.
Okay, and so how can people find out more information about that, or if they want to donate?
So it's My Brother Rocks the Spectrum Foundation.org.
Okay.
But this was in honor of my daughter. Again, what's our biggest battle? It's that both of our, if you have another child with your child on the spectrum and they're neurotypical, my daughter used to say, I wish I had autism. Wish I had autism so I could have all these therapists. So there I was, and seeing these families who could not afford the $12 for open play, who couldn't afford the social skills groups that we offer, who couldn't afford the camps, which are phenomenal, and now we're getting funding through Autism Speaks. Thank you, Autism Speaks, for your incredible grant. I mean, it's amazing. But there was still so many families who needed help. And then there was owners who wanted to become in the We Rock the Spectrum family and couldn't afford it. Yeah. So that gave the birth to My Brother Rocks the Spectrum Foundation, and you'll see a beautiful picture of my daughter there. And what that does is we raise funds for our social skills, for our camps, for our one-to-one attendant care. That's when you know the children are more severe and need someone with them, and really for any program that we have. And then for new owners, it helps them raise funds to build their We Rocks.
Wonderful.
It's amazing.
Wonderful organization. And then we also wanted to bring up that you have started a new thing just recently, I think this week, in your We Rock the Spectrums, because you have iPads that are there. And so you have partnered with friends of ours from Camp Discovery. What is the plan there?
Well, CJ was amazing. They came in and they said, listen, we have this app and we want to know what kids think about it. Well, what better way? I mean, we have, 20 gyms at the end of the month, 16 now open. So they've given us these links so that now kiddos are getting on and they're trying it out, and it's fabulous. Matter of fact, I said to them, I said, God, I wish that my son had this, who's now 7 at 3 and 4. And it's really fabulous. This is really going to go far with you guys. I'm very, very excited for you.
Well, I'm excited that you guys are doing it in the gym, because I think, we always are looking for more and more ways to reinforce kids, and for the kids who are maybe a little reticent to do equipment kinds of things, knowing that they get a reward of playing a game on an iPad.
Exactly.
And it's a game where they're going to be getting, more instruction, because what Camp Discovery, if you watch the show, we've had them on before, it takes what you do in therapy building language and puts it in a game, so the kids don't even know they're doing therapy. Exactly.
And as you know, many of our autistic children are visual learners.
They love screen time. They love that.
It's a gift. It's a gift, but they're learning. So I think, Camp Discovery is doing a great job. I'm excited that our gyms can be a part of it and be the test. I'm
excited about that too, because I know from talking to them, they're really interested in knowing what kids like and what they don't, because they're still tweaking and developing and getting ready to do a bunch more games. So I think they're in good hands being in your gym, and I think it just adds to what you're doing in your gym.
Exactly. We're lucky. We feel lucky.
Well, I think we're lucky that you're here, and we're lucky that you're doing what you're doing. I always say the power of one. and you were one person who saw a need and decided to fill it. And now all these people who are being helped, and not just the kids. I mean, I'm really struck by the fact that you're giving parents an opportunity. I said this before. Back in the day, if you had been doing this with a franchise, I think I would be one of your franchisees.
You'd be an amazing owner.
Because I was looking for exactly what am I going to do with my life.
Exactly.
I've got to have something for my kid that makes sense. I want to be making a difference, and you got to put some food on the table. So you're
Absolutely.
helping a whole segment of our community that needs it desperately.
Thank you.
You rock the spectrum.
Thank you. So do you.
So, well, we're all trying that, right? So I appreciate you. Let's say the websites again one more time.
It's www.werockthespectrum.com, and that shows you all of our locations. And then if you are interested in franchising, you can go to www.wrtsfranchise.com for more information.
WRTS, which stands for We Rock the Spectrum, so that you won't forget that.